And welcome back to more Hat in Time. Last time we infiltrated Deadbird Studios at night and found a little bit of a hidden underground room. And we're gonna go to the lowest floor now. Now this is a sprint hat. I don't remember if this was the sprint hat I got during the actual rest of the playthrough, but this is actually the rarest one. It's a 3-star. So, we have a boss fight. If that's not an indication of a boss fight, I don't know what is. But we are ready to go with a trusty umbrella.
Look who we've got here. I guess you found my little basement, eh? This last timepiece is all mine. If you want it, you're gonna have to take it from me cold, dead hands.
So, we are fighting the Conductor, and this is an interesting fight, but also one that I have some slight issues with, but we're gonna get into that after we discuss his moves. So he has a variety of just charging attacks, either charging at you outright, or like doing a jump at you, or jumping up to the like rafters and then trying to jump down. He can drop the little studio lights on you. He can summon these disco balls that create a shockwave. We are pros at dodging shockwaves now, after all of chapter 3.
I can't believe I let you be the star of my movie!
And also he uses knives. So he has a bunch of other attacks too, but I think that's about it for what we can see now. Also, he can sometimes do the blackout and then try to charge at you, and other times he'll just approach you with the knives straight up. So, slight variance. Like, not too difficult, but his attacks, and also DJ Grooves' attacks by extension. Yes, I just talked over him because I didn't know he was talking. Or was going to talk. He has cars from the Picture Perfect. You can use pictures, also I guess from Picture Perfect. One thing I wish they'd done was to have owls on one side and penguins on the other. I just think that would have been really funny, but they didn't go that direction. Now, I do have problems with this fight, and that mostly stems from the stance of creativity. His attacks are shared with DJ Grooves. So yeah, they both have the exact same attack patterns, same moves, same everything. Similar motivations too, because the story kind of changes. Oh well, we have a little bit of an interlude.
Let's have a little heart-to-heart. Have a seat, lassie. Ever since you arrived on this planet, these timepieces have been falling from the sky. Now, I can understand if you feel they belong to you. I get it. But did you know I can rewind time? With one timepiece, I could reclaim the trophy that belongs to me. That's right. The Loss of Award 42! I got second place at the 42nd Annual Baird Awards. Me! Can you imagine? DJ Grooves managed to get the first place trophy. I need just one timepiece to fix this mistake. Can't you spare just one timepiece? Oh, you're a greedy young lass, aren't you? I just need a single one, and you won't share. Well, if you want this timepiece back so bad, come and get it! Remember this little bomb? This time, it's attached to you instead of me lovely train.
So, this is phase 2, and we have about a minute and a half, less than a minute and a half actually, to dodge a bunch of attacks and clock a certain amount of damage to move on to phase 3. So now he has a new mechanic of these buzzsaws, which were from Train Rush. So yeah, all the different moves were from the different chapters, so it's, or acts. So it's actually a pretty cool fight, but again, it is designed for both characters, so it incorporates elements of both, and I do kind of wish both characters had unique boss fights. That DJ Grooves would have had a completely... Actually, I think what I would have liked would be to at least have them fight the same way, but to use different things. Like come up with some gimmicks so they can use the same attacks but with different props. I think that would be kind of interesting. But on the whole, actually having this kind of combined fight is really cool, and I still think it's a really good fight anyway. It's just a slight nitpick, like a what if kind of a thing. Another slight nitpick I have is that it feels a little bit backwards that the one who wins this award is the one who actually is trying to change the past. I feel like it would have been better if the loser of this award had wanted to change the future. So the bomb is defused and we enter phase 3. Now, I unfortunately didn't get to talk about it, but once more, the boss music is one of the best songs in the game. The song in the first phase is, in particular, Battle for Award 42 is really good. I don't think it's quite as good as the Snatcher boss fight theme, but it's still a really good song. All the boss music is A+ in my book. Now, I think he takes like 5 or 6 hits in this phase. Case in point. So yeah, slight changes in dialogue to fit their characters, but the fight itself is exactly the same, so I'm not going to be showing the other variant. There's no point, it's basically the same fight. But yeah, that is the end of chapter 2. So now, we have to kinda do something a little bit different. We need to actually unlock something, first of all. We'll get to that at the end of the project. Have a ways to go. But let's go to the gallery again and fix this and finally construct the relic of chapter 2. Which unlocks the time rift of chapter 2. This looks like a tiny version of the train the birds use to get to work. Are there tiny birds in there? Do they make tiny movies? I don't have time to deal with this tiny bird society. So yeah, now we have all time rifts in chapter 2 unlocked, so let us get started with that. Yeah, we're probably only gonna get through the blues, not the purple. So our first stop, of course, is the murder on the Owl Express. It's in the dining car, so it's a bit of a walk, but not too bad. Yeah, on the whole, chapter 2 is really good. It's kind of interesting though, because it's very different, even though it was designed later than a lot of the others. You can actually dodge some of the car agents. Some are right by doors, so you can't get by them, but some you can legitimately get around in case you're in a rush. They'll autofill answers for some things that are necessary, like your aunt's name, they'll just call them Auntie. For your pet, I don't remember, but like for a couple of the answers in particular, they will fill in the blanks. So you don't need to answer everything. Actually, pet name, that one you have to answer because you can't get around that one by the door. So yeah, actually, I think it's only the aunt's name and body part that are autofilled. So we got the owls, they throw things at us. They're really easy to avoid. But yeah, these timers are really nice. One thing I will say is maybe they could have been a little bit more visually varied, like different backgrounds, but again, that's an extremely minor nitpick there. I feel like this is one of those games that does have a lot of little small things I kind of wish were done differently. And most of them unfortunately fall during chapter 2, so actually it's kind of all up from here in terms of quality, so I actually don't have much to complain about from now on. Again, my main gripes are mostly an OCD thing, to be perfectly honest. I kind of wish chapter 2 and 3 had stayed in their original orders, so you don't have to go to Subcon and leave, then come back to chapter 2. Or actually go to Battle of the Birds, then to Subcon, then back to Battle of the Birds. Just do Subcon first, get that out of the way, and yeah, skip all that. This is Link. I don't know if I had this one or not. It's all kind of jumbled up in terms of the roulette part, unfortunately. Let's see, the fights being the same, and, you know, I understand from a programming standpoint that it's completely reasonable for those two fights to be the same. I just kind of wish it had a slightly more personalized flair to them, is all I'm saying. But again, actually I think it's very clever how they combine the aspects of both characters into one boss fight. So, this time rift is actually really hard to find, or was hard to find for me on my first runs. It's actually super easy, just literally go straight from your starting point, and it's on that green awning down there. I wish I knew that on my first, like, 6 goes through this game. Well, actually, this is number 6. Probably. Anyway, this is the last blue time rift of the chapter, and it is a doozy. So, as you can see, there's a slight problem. I don't know if it's supposed to be this way, if it's supposed to keep your regular hat and the parade outfit, or if it's supposed to give you the hat for the parade to replace the regular top hat. I'm not sure how this works, but we basically have the parade gimmick back again, and we have a time rift to deal with them in. I dove way too soon. You can see them all falling off because they just follow your exact moveset. So let's dive a little bit later this time. Slight mistake, I should have aimed a little bit left, or actually right, because of trying to not have issues. Okay, so that was my fault. I did not realize I had to grapple across, and then I panicked because you can't actually stop for very long in this stage for obvious reasons. So yeah, I just kind of panicked and got hit, so cool. But we got checkpoints, so that's nice. This is actually one of my favorite time rifts because I really like the parade mechanic. There's just this one part that bothers me, and it's right here, which is why we're doing this side first. It's really easy to overshoot and go off the wall, and I kind of wish they'd put like a little bit of a ledge past the walls that you all jump up, just in case, so you don't like fly off the side. Again, very minor. I would say about like 8 out of 10 times, which would be 4 out of 5, I guess. That's not really a problem, but yeah, it can be a little bit of a problem. Got the little great jump like in the Act 6, where you have to go under a wall and then wall run up. This one you can just kind of jump over, which is nice. And this is it, that's the end. Oh man, I almost went off the side. Also, don't go off the side here. That'd be really unfortunate. I have seen people do this. That's why I'm bringing it up. I have seen people overshoot the platform, so don't do that in case you are low on health and you don't want to have to redo everything. We're stuck with the moldy color, unfortunately. I don't like this one. It looks, again, moldy. That's just my first impression of it. It looks gross. You cancelled, so it didn't even switch to it. So let's actually go outside and, okay. Mustache Girl kinda did a number to the planet, it seems. And it's a little bit unfortunate we can't help out because we have a bunch of other things to do. Anyway, we have enough tokens for I think 1 to spin, maybe 2. I think we already had this hat, but hey, I have it again. That makes me happy. I thought I had 5, but I guess I did not. So, next time we're gonna finish up at long last chapter 2 with the last time rift, which is the purple one. And oh boy, this is the worst one in my opinion, so buckle in, this is gonna be a ride. But yes, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more A Hat in Time.